Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting. And as you can see, it's Paydirt review time. Now, I missed out on Friday. I was supposed to get a review up, but I just couldn't do it. I was trying to get this review up and just didn't have the time. So unfortunately, it has to wait until today, which is maybe not be unfortunate. So far, I like everything I've seen about this company, and I'm just hoping there's good gold. And also, to make up for last Friday, this Friday, I will be having a great review. I hope it's a really big bag of Paydirt, or rather, an expensive bag of Paydirt, but it's supposed to have a really good ROI. So make sure you watch for that one Friday. But for right now, let's get to this one. This is from GoldHoundProspecting. He's a Facebook seller that sells out of Canada. This is his 2 pounds of unsearched concentrates. Now, I talked to the owner of this, Justin, and I hope it's Justin. I remember it as being Justin. If it's not Justin, I apologize, and I'll say something later in the video to apologize as well. But I did talk to him, and right now, currently, this is his only bag of Paydirt he sells, which is this 2 pound bag. He is thinking about adding a 1 pound bag, and we'll have to see. I'm hoping he does because, you know, the more bags of Paydirt you have out there, the better it is. So let's weigh this up. It's supposed to be 2 pounds. Now, I will say one thing. When it did come, since it is from Canada, it was searched. They examined it. Customs examined it. So that always sucks. You never want to see that. It isn't a coffee bag, but I will say one thing. He does double bag. It's actually not in a coffee bag. It's just the packaging is a coffee bag. He puts it in Ziploc bags. Now, I'm not a fan of Ziploc bags, but I do actually like them better than these. But this is a really good coffee bag. And the reason being, I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not, but this valve, it's a degassing valve. Now, the reason I don't like coffee bags is they are airtight. If you fill up a Ziploc bag with air and just close it and leave it, eventually the air will seep through because it's slightly porous enough just for air to get through. If you do that with a coffee bag, it won't happen. It'll stay inflated. And what happens is when sellers put bags of Paydirt and they seal them, they tend to have air trapped in them. So when a mailman comes and pushes on it, it breaks and it busts. That's why a lot of people complain about they get their bags are broken and stuff like that. This prevents that. If you pushed on it, the air would actually escape out of this. So he's using really good coffee bags, and I like that. So I know I just went off on a little tangent, and my scale went off because of it. But I just wanted to say, so later on when I'm telling you how much I like his bags, this is the reason. And it's a coffee bag, and people are going to be like, oh, you say you hate coffee bags. And so I was explaining why I hate coffee bags and why I like his. So there you go, 2 pounds, 2 ounces, not well over, but it is over the 2 pounds. So let's let you listen to some music, but let me get to the description. See, I'm all flustered now that I was talking about the coffee bags. So here is his description. Warning, you will find gold in these bags. Our Paydirt comes from our very own gold claims across British Columbia, Canada. These bags are 2 pounds of unsearched concentrates with added gold. These cons are challenging with lots of black sand, a true concentrate. You will find no less than 1.7 grams of gold. 1 in every 10 bags is extra gold, containing 2+ grams of gold. The gold is in a variety of sizes, but watch out, we sometimes throw in a nugget randomly into our bags. Currently, we have thrown in a 3.2 gram nugget and a 4.3 gram nugget in our last 50 bag batch. He does have a note in there that the 3.2 gram has already been claimed, and then continues, so there's still a 4.3 gram nugget out there somewhere. Please contact us if you discover a nugget. All Paydirt is in US dollars and does not include shipping. Thanks, GoldHound. All right, so there you go. That's it. This is supposed to be concentrates. Had to smell it. I always smell Paydirt. A lot of times you don't ever get to see that, but I do just because I'm weird, I guess. I don't know. But there you go. Let you listen to some music. I'm going to classify this down. as you can see, the vast majority of this, there's a much bigger amount of the plus 10 material. Didn't see that 4.3 gram nugget in there. I figured I would see it if I was going through it, but I did not see it. The rest of these are all pretty equal in sizes. Like I said, there is a little bit more in the plus 10, but not too bad. Let's see if there's... Oh, there is a lot of black sands in here. Or more specifically, magnetite. There's a lot. I mean, that's a lot in there. You can tell when there's a lot when you go to let go and it just doesn't want to. It's actually a hard pull. Oh, there's a lot in here too. Usually I don't check the higher ones, but let's check just to see. Not too much, but there is some. There's a little bit in there. All right then. Well, I guess might as well go and see if there's any gold. I didn't see I didn't actually see any gold in any of it. I thought I might have seen a little bit in here, but you never know. I'm going to go pan it out, and you never know. I still might have that 4.3 gram nugget in there. It'd be really nice if I did. Now again, this is guaranteed 1.7 grams minimum, so I know I'll at least find that. So be right back, and we're going to see what kind of gold I found. Okay, finished panning everything out, and I have to say that was a ton of fun. I'm so glad I got this Paydirt in. I really enjoyed myself, mainly because the gold is just so different than what you normally find. A lot of sellers use that cleaned, really shiny gold, and there's no problem with that. I like all gold, but this one had a lot of different types of gold in it. I found some nice regular sized gold. There was some flat gold, some crystallized gold with quartz in it, and just a great variety of different types of gold, which is really, really cool. And one thing is, it looks really natural. It's not all shiny. There were some dull ones, there were some shiny ones, but let's just show you what I found. In the plus 10, I found a lot of gold. About 10, 12 pieces. And I don't know which one it is. I think it's this one that's got some little quartz matrix in it. I couldn't find my macro lens. I have no idea what I did with it after my last video, so I can't take a close-up for that, and I really wish I could. But it's some really cool gold here. And as you can see, it's kind of the dullish type gold. It's not the super shiny. It hasn't been cleaned. And so that's always really cool. And then in the minus 10 plus 20, I found even more gold. A nice bit, probably 25, 30 pieces. Nice. Really happy with that. And then I got down to the minus 20 plus 40 and found even more gold, but not much, a little bit. And you can see little stringers of gold right there, which is pretty cool. So, but I did find more gold. And then I got to the minus 40 and found even more gold. Well, there's a lot of it there, just really, really tiny. So let's weigh this all up. Put it in boats. I'm going to let you listen to some more music while I do this, and then we'll weigh it all up. So let's put it in some boats. Let's weigh this up. Let's start with the plus 10 material. There we go. 8.84-ish. Now for the minus 10 plus 20. Oh, Lord. And I didn't zoom you in, did I? 0.875. 0.15 for the minus 20 plus 40. And I'm not going to bother weighing out the minus 40. We'll just put that in there. And I know my scale's going crazy. The batteries are dying on it, so I will weigh this again in the very end. I'll go change my batteries. I use rechargeable and they're not charged, so. There we go. 1.799 grams. That's it. Calling it. I will go double check it. I'm going to go charge my batteries for a while and double check it. And I'll be right back with my ROI and my review. All right. Finished calculating my ROI, writing up my review. Let's get to it. This, again, is from GoldHoundProspecting. He's a Facebook seller. He sells British Columbian Paydirt. Paydirt comes from Canada. This was his 2-pound unsearched concentrates. It was guaranteed 1.7 grams of gold, and I did find 1.7 grams of gold. Its cost was $89. Shipping was $18, so total cost $107. Gold recovered right here was 1.799. Now, I did recharge my batteries and I did reweigh it, and it came up as 1.798, but I'm still going to stick with the 1.799 because the scales do fluctuate when you get into that final number. Gold spot as of today is $41.89, which means this gold right here is worth $75.36, which means this ROI is 70.43%, or on my scale, a 7. Now, I will say one thing too, is his spot ROI, if you just calculate it, but his minimum at today's spot is 66.54%, and that's really good. And another thing, if you think about this, if his shipping, if he was in America and he was shipping $7.25 as opposed to $18, my ROI would have been $78.30. And that really boggles my mind when you see American sellers who are doing 30 and 40% ROIs. If somebody can ship something from Canada, I can pay an $18 surcharge and still end up with a 70% ROI. It just shows you there are some really good sellers out there, and just some of them are in Canada. So for fun factor, again, I'm giving this a 10. This was a lot of fun. This was some beautiful gold, lots of variety in it. I really, really enjoyed myself with this. I really did. I mean, this one was a blast to do. So I really had it. It's a good way to end out my month with some really good Paydirt. Paydirt description, I'm giving this seller a 10. It's very detailed description and it's very short. Now, I do get some pushback occasionally when I complain to a seller and I tell them, look, you need to put more of a description. And they always tell me the same thing. I don't have time to write up pages and pages of description. But you don't. He's got one paragraph and it tells you pretty much everything. It tells you where it's from. It tells you the size. It tells you what it's been classified down to. It tells you if it's going to be difficult or not. It tells you if there's black sands in it or not. I mean, it tells you everything you need to know. It tells you how much gold is in it. If you're reading this, the only thing I kind of would say about the description is he does say it can be a little difficult or challenging, but I think that's mostly due to the black sands, and not everyone like me classifies down. And if you did dump this all into a pan, it probably would be difficult if you're mixing all of this in with the black sands. You know, I classify mine down, so the majority of this was in the plus 20 range, and that was pretty easy because there was no black sand. So I do know why he put it in there. I just didn't find it challenging. But as I said, it's a very detailed description, so he's getting a 10 for that. Now for quantity and packaging, again, he's getting a 10. I'm really, really impressed with this. This is how you need to sell Paydirt, everybody. It was over the 2 pounds that he stated, and the bags, again, it came in a Ziploc bag on the inside, and in the bag itself, I mean, you can probably see it right here. There's a little outline here. It's a degassing valve. And then what happens is if you have this bag and it's sealed, and you push on it, air will escape from here, and only air, and it prevents the bags from breaking. So not only does he double bag, but he actually used a top quality coffee bag, even though I don't like them. If you were going to use one, use the ones with the degassing valves because it keeps the bags from popping. If you fill a balloon up and you push on it enough, and the post office loves to push on stuff, it will pop. So great bagging on this product. Definitely a 10 for that. For customer service and shipping, it went out really quickly. In fact, I received this Paydirt really, really quickly considering it was coming from Canada. And the customer service was excellent. I've talked to him a couple times on Facebook. In fact, I actually asked him a couple questions about his other Paydirt he might be selling, about his website. He has told me he's planning on building a website. It's just going slow, and I understand that. So currently he is only selling on Facebook, and this is his only product. But I am very impressed with it, and I would recommend this seller any day of the week if he keeps selling on like this at a 70% ROI with a minimum of 66% plus. And that's not even mentioning the fact that some bags are going to be 2 grams, and he did throw in the extra nuggets, he says. So all in all, I found this to be a really great seller, and his total score is a 9.4. This is a great score from somebody from Canada. I'm really, really impressed with this seller. I'm going to flash up the score in a second, that beautiful score of a 9.4, and then I'm going to be right back with my gold-plated dime giveaway. Today's 24-karat gold-plated dime winner is going to be Jonathan Martin. So Jonathan Martin, your name will flash up here in a second. Make sure you email me so I can send you off your 24-karat gold-plated dime. And everyone else, thanks for watching and happy panning.